We all know comics can be worth heaps of money, but did you actually know they could sell for over $1 million? That's right, that's a lot of cash we're talking about, and I'm here on Upper James at Big B Comics with local store owner and comic book expert Walter Durajilia.
Marty.
Now Walter, explain the question of the hour, can these books actually sell for $1 million?
Yes, they can. They have already. We've had 4 sales of over $1 million. 2 of the same book, 2 copies of the first appearance of Superman. One got $1.5 million, the other got $1 million. First appearance of Spider-Man got $1 million, and the first appearance of Batman got $1 million.
Really? So that's quite staggering, actually. What makes these books sell for so much?
Well, I mean, the list I just read off, Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, they're the 3 most important superheroes
everyone kind of knows.
In the world. These are their first appearances, and these particular copies are the best known copies that exist of these comics.
Okay, so how do you know they are per se the best known copies? They're graded, or?
Funny you should ask that. A company in Florida called CGC, you send them down and they grade them for a fee. So this Detective Comics, which the first appearance of Batman was number 27, and that's the one that had an 8.0 out of 10. That fetched $1 million. This one's number 99. It got a 4.0 out of 10. It's worth $300 or so. This company in Florida does the grading for these things, so they're like an independent third-party grader. So if you and I are doing commerce, we're buying or selling a comic book, you may go, hey, that's a 7, and I go, no, I'm selling it to you, hey, I think it's a 9. Or we send it to this party, they go, no, boys, it's an 8.
Right.
That's what it is.
They lay down the law.
Right.
So you said the highest was 8 that sold for $1 million.
Right.
Now, is that to say that there might not be a 9 lurking out there in someone's home or someone's basement?
You know, that's the trick to these books is the company has a census on their website of all the comics of that copy that they've graded. So you can go and see that Detective number 27, there's, I don't know, I'm going to make stuff up, 40 copies graded. The highest one is an 8, the second highest one is a 7.5, and so on and so forth. Now, the guy buying that 8, he's buying it more for the prestige of having the best known copy, and that's what pushes that price up to $1 million. What the worst thing that can happen to that guy is a guy like you finding a really nice one, sending it down, and getting a 9. And all of a sudden that guy's investment is maybe worth half, or...
It's good for me, but bad for him.
Bad for him, right. So it's a bit of a... I don't know. It's not a finite. What is out there now is not necessarily what's always... like, what is graded now, there will be a lot more graded. And those investors that are buying the best ones just hoping that there won't be any above their grade.
Right. Now, that being said, Walter, I think they're all wondering the same thing. Maybe in their parents', grandparents' basements, attics, there might be a stash of these books that might fetch another $1 million or something.
Well, you know what? All over the world, not all over the world, North America especially, in a town like Hamilton, which has had a large population base back in the Second World War. We were a big town back then, and a lot of people read comics in the 40s. And I'm just going to assume that I think there are attics with a lot of copies of, I won't say $1 million, but there are a lot of very collectible, expensive comic books still in people's attics and in people's basements, definitely. Yeah.
Right, so pretty much the next gold rush is comics. Get into those attics and those basements, pillage a little bit, rummage around. Who knows, the next $1 million one might be in your basement.